So here we go. This is our Apex Ultra Lite 215 RBK. We're pulling it currently with the Dodge Durango GT V6 engine, all-wheel drive, and we do not have much problem with it at all. Actually, no problem at all. So one thing I wanted to show you here is we bought this about a year ago, and we decided after our first trip of 2 months that we need to change a couple things to make our trip a little bit more comfortable. So one thing, let's start over here, and I want to show you all the different steps we did. One thing was I had a problem with the battery, that it was way too much backed up to the trailer, so I couldn't really reach it. So I put a couple boards here, secured it, and put the box up with the battery on top. I already added a power switch for the battery, power kill switch last year, and that was very convenient just to save the battery. Then other things on the outside that we have changed doesn't look much, but one thing is right here. So this is our outside kitchen. The 215 RBK has an outside kitchen, and I didn't like to use the propane tanks all the time, so we bought a Blackstone, and I added a gas line, made a connection down here, and then so we're using now the gas from the 2 propane tanks from the front, and that's all back here, and this 17-inch Blackstone fits perfectly with the 2 legs into the frame from the Coleman slide out, or Coleman camp grill. We haven't tried it yet, but I mean it's working. Well, we haven't really cooked on anything on it yet, but it's ready to go. Then let's see. Okay, we do have a backup camera, which is really something we need. Here on top we added a max air vent, which is very helpful, so you're more weather independent. Another thing we changed, we went with stronger low stabilizers. We put in Libra 7,500 pounds on all 4 corners, and we're expecting that this will be a big improvement with the stability. Another thing, now we're getting this one here. Of course, we have Goodyear endurance tires, and they're really doing a great job. So let's go inside. What did we do here? All right, the first thing, well, my wife, she was creative. She wanted to have a cover over the seats, and so she made that, and they came out very beautifully. So let's start in the bathroom. All right, one thing, the first thing we changed already last year was the shower head. It needed to be changed, so you have a much better experience with that. We also found these bars here on the side last year already on Amazon, and we stick them on, and then in addition I found the stud, and then I put a security screw on it. They're still up here, so I hope they look stable, so there's no problem. Toilet paper down here. And then here, another thing we did actually last year, I changed the faucet because the crappy original faucet is not really usable. So that was already a big improvement to begin with. Another thing what bothered me was down here, there was just a board in front for no reason, and it was taking away valuable space underneath in this cabinet. So it was a very easy job. I just used the same board here in the back, and then I added 2 Luan boards, painted them with a similar workable paint, and this is just put in. It's not even secured because the way it is, it will not move, and we can put some chemicals in here or whatever we want to put in there, but it gives us additional space in the bathroom. And then here, we have to go to have access to the water heaters from time to time, especially if you winterize it. And I hate it to use screws all the time because that Luan board is very thin and it will strip easily. So I bought me some locks, and that's what we did. I just put some locks in here. This comes off we go, and there's your water heater access door, no problem. And to put it back in, we'll just see if I can do it with one hand. Actually I can. It just goes in here, lock the door, and it's a clean, easy accessible door. Another thing we changed, thermostat here. I went digital, very easy exchange, helps a lot, and it should be easier to read. Now in here, I'm just checking what else we changed. No, there was nothing really, but now here we come. So everybody who has a 215 RBK knows that this model has a large overhead kitchen cabinet, but the problem, it's one big space. So I came up with this idea here, and oops, we're a little bit on a slope right now. So I built these two shelves, and I put a side cover over the electric panel, which is on the other side, and then we have a little stopper here so the dishes won't run out. And then on this side in the middle we put in a proper wall, so it actually secures, and you can hold the weight better. It won't sag that quickly. And here I just added also a piece of Luan, and then I just slide it in, put a bracket here, and then this one will go. And if I have to remove it, I can just lift the two shelves and I can put it out. I don't need a screw. I can just dismantle it in about, I guess, 10 seconds if I have to. Comes out very easily. So this will give you much better space to actually add some dishes in here. Another space we were not very happy with was down here. This space here, that's where the water pump is in the 215, and it's also not very well used. So I came up with this idea. So we have still the same space, and there's the second door up here. So I put a cover here on the side. I run the back wall to the back. I moved the water pump because the water pump was right here where you can see some dots still on the floor. So that was a lot of wasted space. And then I bought some aluminum channels, and I created this little door, and here's my water pump. There's still plenty of space for that water pump to access it, but I don't have to see it all the time or lose a lot of space with it. I'll just cover it. I just push this one back here. So, and that's it. And then everybody knows that part here, useless. So I mean, you can't put any spices in here. It's really not helpful. So I thought, okay, I need to find some spice racks, which I found on Amazon as well, and they are large enough. There's two sizes, and the funny thing is they actually really work in here. And I put them in here, created a little board down here, you can see that, and then made it fit in here, screwed it goes over the corner so it won't fall out. And there's no need to screw it, no need to glue it, nothing. Just put it in here and that's it. And then the only thing I secured was the rack, the spice rack here on the back, so it won't fall out. Very stable, and finally a space we can use. So then another thing was on this side. I don't know whoever thought about that, but here's a little space, useless or not very well thought about it. So I removed everything, and I found out that they actually they put two Luan boards on the front just to cover a cable which was coming out of the floor, and it was taking away space. So why would you do that? So I built this little box, 5-minute to 10-minute job, not a big deal. I put it over here, painted it, and then I reused the Luan, and I actually screwed it to the back of the drawers. Here's the drawer set, you can see that here. There you go. And I just used the bigger piece, and it actually, I didn't even have to cut it, it matched very well. And then I screwed it on top and put it back here, and now I have an excellent space, which is really usable now. You can put something in here, whatever you want. That was the other thing we did. Then, okay, everybody knows the speaker are not really great, and also not the radio. But the problem is the radio is really difficult to find something which will match. The biggest problem in this unit, it's how the depth of the DVD player is crucial. It can't be only a certain depth because we have a back wall and it has to fit right in between. So I bought some kicker speakers, and then finally I found also the covers for the speaker, because the kicker they didn't have any speaker cover, so I had to get them. It was a little bit of a difficulty to get them right away, but I found them. So then the radio sounds much better than before, and it's working. Later on, it's not here yet, we'll put Bose soundbar in here, the small one, the Solo 5. Cable is already ready for the TV, and that's optical cable for the TV, and it will fit in here perfectly. And there's still space for everything else. Of course, if you travel, leveling Mate Pro is very helpful if you want to make sure that your travel trailer is always leveled. I bought that last year and I put it in right away, and I can highly recommend that. Then, of course, the other thing was replacing the TV, and we bought the smart TV Samsung 32 inches that was from Sam's Club, and that was very good. It's working very well. And also I actually had a Blu-ray player which I didn't use, so we're using a Blu-ray player in the future to watch DVDs instead of the Jensen. With the other problem we had with the TV was actually that the TV was crappy, miserable picture, plus the TV is very, very fixed. So if you sit here on the kitchen, on the dinette, I should say, and if you want to watch TV, you can't really sit in front of the TV because you're always offset. So it needs an arm, a TV swing arm, and Amazon. Thanks to Amazon, we found it and we put it in here. And now you can watch TV wherever you want it, and you can still use the regular functionality from this carousel. This was an easy thing. I just had to drill a couple extra holes in that plate. This plate was already there, and we just changed it. I had to change the height, as you can see, but that's behind, nobody really can see anything, so that's going to be just a nice experience. And it has the snap-on, so there you go. So that way it won't fall away, around, or move around when you travel, when you drive around. So the other thing everybody, or a lot of people know about that issue, the mattress we changed, of course, last year into a Sion or Cyan, however, I don't know, Sion 10, and it's a much better sleep that way. The other thing is, under the bed you have that storage, which is very hard to access because the mattress is heavier than the original, and it didn't have any shocks, so we put shocks in here, and now that helped a lot. So that way you can load that storage bin much better. One thing I also wanted to do, so we don't really have to lift the mattress all the time and still have access to it, was access from the side. So the easiest thing that came to my mind was, we'll just cut a hole, and then we'll cover it, we'll put a door over it, and that way we can put shoes in there easily, and other things, whatever you want, without having to lift the mattress. And here we go, there's that door. Well, it was a difficulty to get one from the manufacturer for a decent price. I mean, they're asking was, I think, $45 or something for a door, because I made the same size like this one over here. I thought that would be the easiest thing to get a pre-existing door size, but still it was almost a thing of impossibility to get it. So I built my own. If you have little skills, it's not rock science, you can build that door, and then you buy the hardware and put it back together, and then you have this door. So the frame is done, and then I reused also the Luan for the inlay, so that way it kind of matches with the existing decor. We're traveling with a little small dog, and we have to find out how this is going to play out, but the idea is actually that she will, in the future, she will sleep under the bed, and we can have on this side also a door, if we have a door, and she can go in here, and then we'll put her dog bed in here, and she can sleep under the bed in her own little dog house. But we don't want to give her the whole space, so what I did, I just built a little wall in between, so we can keep our stuff separate from her space, and so hopefully she will be happy with that. Well, I guess these are the main things we changed here for our travel trailer, and we are getting ready for another trip. We hope this will work as much as we had fun last year, and I hope this year is going to be even better with all the different adjustments we made. One last thing, you can't really see that, but this AC unit has also the option with the heat. So what I did, I researched it, and I found that there's a heat strip you can buy, and you can just place it in here, just to remove the cover from the AC, and there's a space, and everything is prepared. So now you can actually use the AC also for a heater, and if you have electric power available, and you don't need to run the gas heater. It's not a very strong, it's 1500 watt, but it's not very strong heat, but it will break the cold if you run it, and yeah, if you have shore power, then that's actually a very easy thing. Last thing, I don't want to forget about it. If you ever locked yourself out of anything, you know how that works if you are traveling with a travel trailer and you have no access to your unit. So I would definitely recommend to use RV locks and have a touch screen or touch a pad pin. You can put the pin in there, and that's the easy way to get access to your unit without using a key. RV Locks seems to be an okay brand. I'm not so happy, to be honest, that we already have rust on the plate, but I guess that's not really a drama. It's just not really something I would expect. Oh, one more thing and then I'll be done. So two more things. Of course, you buy those covers over your of your screen, the screen covers. They're very helpful. We don't want to have any critters, insects specifically, inside your camper. The one thing I did was actually I bought another key set. You know, everybody knows the 751 or something, and if you go around the campground, you can open pretty much all the newbie campers, and we don't want to be the newbie which will be broken in, so we changed them. There's easy. See, rust is also a problem, but it's okay, it's not going to fall apart, but it's working. And I replaced that lock and also this lock from the shower with the same safety individual lock. It's not a big expense, but it's really keeps your unwanted people out. The front storage, they have individual keys, so that's actually a good thing. You don't have to worry about that. So now this is the overview over our 215 RPK, and I hope this will give you a couple ideas what you can do on your trailer, make improvements. Like I said, we'll hope this will help us having a nice experience for the next couple months. Actually, we're going to be on the road hopefully for about 2 months again, and we'll redo a video on a later point and give more information about our experiences, what we experienced so far. All right, have fun. If you have questions, put the comment on the bottom and I'll try to answer the best way I can. Thank you.